Hello and welcome to a video for World of Warcraft fan sites and also a bit of a general guide on how to really utilize these fan sites to your own needs. The first site I will be talking about is Realm Population. This site is kinda new. I'm not quite sure if it's before or after 2010, but it's definitely been made somewhat early on. Yeah. So it's basically Realm Pop gives the kinda the name away what it is about, but what can you use this for? So they go over their own little details on how to kinda use the site. This is just a general thing how to use the site. What I have used this site for is kinda simple. I have been using it to utilize when I needed to migrate characters. If I wanted to play on say a dead server, uh, my mate, who's a really huge grinder, a very big grinder, he asked me, well, do you know a dead server? Because I need to go to a dead server to grind this thing out. That is really hard because cross-realm zones and whatnot makes it impossible on a large populated server. Well, yeah. So right here you get these nice pie charts, so you can really see that everything is just easy and yeah. So let's just go into our server here. So we could, let's just find some totally random, yeah, a role-playing German server with Europe, Paris, and yeah, then you can see down here is mixed service. But yeah, so this is maybe the third, I don't know, German server or something. But role-playing server. There's probably not many German role-playing, but then you can quickly see here. So Alliance is 60%. And Horde is only 40 on this server. Then it even has some gender of male and females, which is pretty damn awesome. I like they have made even a gender chart. Then they even got a race, which is really nice, because the race often gives away what sort of server it is, because a lot of PvPers are humans right now. And yeah, humans is just a really common race on Alliance servers in general, but especially for PvP realms. Classes over here is always a nice thing. Say if you're a raider and you're re-rolling a new server and you want to make sure that you maybe play a character that is in demand. I know that people do this sometimes. You could look at these kind of pie charts here, get a real fast overview. And then there is the really awesome thing down here. So you got a scale here, so you saw all the pie charts now changed. Just gonna, if you didn't quite see it, so you saw the charts, all the pie charts changed. And let's just go to let's say between 97 and level 100 only. So now the charts changed a little bit, not a lot, a few percentage change, but still it's quite a bit of a difference on the classes. As you can see, a lot of people play Hunter on this server, but they don't really level the classes down here that much. It's kind of fun to see that some classes are maybe just all characters that people really don't play to a high level. Always a bit interesting to know that. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Oh, I've got to mention actually characters. It's always really an awesome feature. Say if you're going to be migrating to a server and you want to find the best populated server with loads of people, look at the characters created on that specific server. Um, yeah, go for a server that has like 500,000 characters created or something like that. That is a great way to see if your server is alive and actually has people to play with. So yeah, let's go on to the next site here. WoW tokens. This is a very recent site and it's constantly updated. It basically just shows the token prices for the different regions. So let's scroll all the way down here. So the use is in data exports. It's basically like Warhead where they scan the auction houses. They probably have some, I don't know, people with a mod installed like an add-on in the game and they just relog constantly in and out of all the regions. So as you can see down here, Korean realm house prices. It's a lot more expensive for Koreans, but it's actually been a lot more expensive in the past. But still, it's almost 200,000 gold to play a month in World of Warcraft in Korea. Taiwanese realm is even worse for some reason. Um, yeah, Chinese realm. It's kind of the same as Europe. It's been going for the same prices lately, which is always kind of weird because you say Chinese. Oh man, they all botting. Well, no, it's actually South Korea that is botting a lot more than China for some reason. And then of course North American realms always had the low prices. Fuck that. I hate they have it so low. Nah, it's cool. There are a lot of reasons for why the different zones and regions have it so, what can you say, less expensive or more expensive than others. I'm not gonna go into that because that's a long debate about inflation and in real life, how much money you actually have as a person in real life compared to other countries and so forth. But yeah, if you need a quick overview, say if you know, maybe I should play World of Warcraft with a token this month, how much does it cost? Then you can go quickly on this site here, which is really nice. Get a fast overview. So yeah, that was it for the second. Let's go on to the third here. WoW progress. This server site is amazing if you need to find a guild. It's amazing for finding a really good PvE realm. It's good for stalking top end guilds. It's fun to see that Method, Paragon, and all these guilds have a little bit of a recruitment. So let's just go into Nihilium. Always fun to read about the really high end classes guilds, what they kind of require and whatnot, and see their kill dates. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the site. There's not much to say about it. They also have a site just like this one for what's it called? The other regions and Oceanic and so forth. They also do a bit of speed kills and then they do different realms. And actually, let's jump into Realm Hill fast because I'm gonna take my server. So I play on Eero Ravenquest, which is a kind of good PvE realm. It's kind of a mid tier, nothing amazing, but still okay. So as you can see here, that we have all these different tabs here. So we got pet score, useless. Achievements points, always cool. Uh, there's a problem here that if you look a bit of around, actually I could try find my own rank real fast. Yeah, so I am 104 on the realm. So you can see here Junta's endgame. So if you're a nerdy grinder and you need to find your score real fast, this site got you covered. It's fun to do that. I would love to get in the top 100 on my server. That could be fun. I had a much better rank early on in the WoW days, but yeah, not now anymore. Okay, challenge mode runs, that's always fun. Challenge score as well. Char level. So I believe this one shows, yeah, this shows the server first levelers. Always a cool thing. Then we got guild progress. So this one I want to talk a little more about. If you're looking for a realm to migrate to, kind of just like this site here, use this site as well. Cause with this site here, you can say if you type in a server you want. Let's say you want to migrate to RavenQuest. Why not come to my server? Then you are just gonna be looking for how many real guilds are actually raiding. So let's see how many guilds are actually, clearing stuff on Mythic. So okay, 90 guilds had done something on Mythic. That's a pretty damn good number of guilds that are active raiding. And let's go a bit further. Let's see how many guilds have cleared anything at all on a heroic. I think I jumped a little too far. Yeah, so 199 people, almost 200 guilds are raiding on my server in the current content. that's a pretty good thing to see that that many guilds still raids on a server that is maybe not very high populated, but my server is quite full. But yeah, if you want to find the perfect realm the first time without wasting ton of money, cause it's still way too expensive to migrate in World of Warcraft, which is a whole nother topic. Don't want to talk about here, but yeah, it sucks that it's so expensive. Then you need to make sure that you find the right realm the first time. So let's go on to the next one. MMOC Champion. It's basically started out as a news site with basic general World of Warcraft, and then they kind of expanded into other areas like Hearthstone, Diablo 3, and yeah, all these other things like Heroes of the Storm and Overwatch. It's always a really a neutral news site. They just tell the news. They link all the data, what is happening on alpha and whatnot, and then they sometimes do a bit of they do little advertisement for other YouTubers and stuff like that. They try to be kind of, what can you say, neutral, which is nice. They're probably good enough to tell the news. They are not really Blizzard fanboys in any ways. They can also write if something is bad or something, I guess. But yeah, okay. I could also talk a little about the forums. I joined the forums in like 2012 or something like that in Cataclysm, I think. Back then, I feel like the forums were more fun. They were not so. Uh, well, let's just check what's new. Yeah, this is tabs. So you can see what's posted and new. So they're still talking about nostalgia as always. Bit of World of Warcraft news for the movie. But yeah, the off-topic forums fills a lot on these forums, and there's a lot of troll forums and all these other kinds of things. But overall, the class forums in MMOC Champion are really good. Just gonna quickly showcase. So let's just do a bit of, cause I always like this guy here. As you can see here, this is a guide that is made by a raider, a normal dude who plays the game just like us. But the way they make these guides here are very clear with really just so many details. And that is what a forum can really be good for. You get a quick guide that teaches you everything about your class in a written format. That is a very good example of this kind of forums, because the official World of Warcraft forums suck ass for anything, below shit tier gaming. The official forums have nothing compared to MMOC and other fan sites, which is a shame, because you should think that the official forums would have really good writers and other stuff, but nope, they don't. Nobody really posts this over there, so the class forums on MMOC Champion are pretty good for your general knowledge and kind of sharing news about your class or whatever. If you have questions about it as well, you can make a new thread and so forth. And last is Wowhead. What can you say about Wowhead? So you install an add-on, and then basically this add-on scans everything you do, and then it uploads to the database that then the site creators use to get data. And that is how they say, let's go into like, say, let's go into like B2 or I can't even remember. So yeah, I'm just gonna go into Ultraction. I'm just gonna type out the name. Okay, so Ultraction drops amount, and I'm just gonna show real fast here. Sorry, can't even remember how to. I don't even know what it's called. Oh, this is just so silly. But yeah, okay, so the dude here drops amount, and you can see drop rates very easily in the tab section here, which has always been a very helpful thing. So if you aren't grinding something, and if you are kind of new to the game or just want some confirmation, you can always check comments. You can always check like, has anybody gotten this drop in this patch? Has anything changed? Um, it's just really an awesome thing for, if you're out there grinding something really hard, then you can look at comments, see if people are still doing it, still able to do it, it's not bugged. And of course, if you're out questing, well, nowadays the questing in World of Warcraft is kinda, it's not really complicated. But let's say 5, 6 years ago or something, when the questing was maybe a little more annoying to do. You needed fan sites to look up how to do this specific quest. Nowadays you really don't need that anymore, but yeah. The site also has, other ways to kind of make your knowledge better about the game. I always kind of like their guides, so they have general guides for, say, professions. So let's just go into like blacksmithing. Um, Overview guides and whatnot has always been really good on this site. They make some really good written guides. Oh, this is another site that is also pretty good for professions, but I wanted to see some of Wowhead's own. Oh yeah, there you go. So this is the example of a Wowhead guide. It teaches you everything you need to know about a specific thing, and it's written really well with nice pictures and direct links on the site. I really like what Wowhead has done these guides here, and yeah, that's just really helpful. I should also mention another thing, as many sites do have by now, they have a 3D viewer. So if you're into transmog, I'm not, as you can clearly see, I just got a medal for opening it. Don't really care about transmog, but yeah, this is actually a really cool feature that the site does have. If you're into transmog, you can view in 3D what the different kind of models look like. Um, yeah, the 3D view is probably only good for people who really care about how they look in the game, but yeah, I don't really care for that. Actually, a little highlight is in the last here. I really love using icy veins for general guides, how to, play a class. So say you just gonna play a new class, so you just hit level 100 and you have no idea how to play a class. This is a really great way to do that. They have built talents and glyphs, which is the one I use the most, just to know what sort of talents are the best. And all these guides are made by top tier raiders, and they're approved by those, so that we know that they're not just spewing bullshit, and it's updated to the correct patch and whatnot. Stat priority is one that I use a lot as well. So if you play a class with a weird stat priority in World of Warcraft, it can be really hard to know. Um, it's like Frost DKs are horrible. I'd just like to play Frost Death Knight with a two-handed. Then I have to know that Strained is obviously my best stat, but then Haste is better than Mastery because I play two-hand. And then multi-strike is not the same as haste, and yeah, it gets so confusing, and that is why stat priorities where you can quickly look something up. You're in the game, you need to buy gear, you need to do something quickly, but you don't know what gear to get because of the stats, and then you can quickly look up icy veins. Yeah, that is probably the best way that I can use AC Mainsport to save some time and make sure I don't buy some crap gear from like an honor vendor or what do I know. But yeah, this was pretty much it for my general guide on how to use all the different fan sites. I also want to talk a little about what these fan site means to a game. They mean a lot. Um, for me personally, having information about a game this easily available just makes me want to play the game even more. Um, World of Warcraft lives and breathes for these sites here. Honestly, these sites here keeps World of Warcraft and similar games alive. They they really just are a totally connected part of our way to play World of Warcraft nowadays, and without these sites here, I think the subscriber count would be even less. But yeah, I hope you found this useful. As always, have a good day and goodbye.